Hi, this is Morgan Pierce, and I have my co-host, crypto diva Jillian Godsil. And with us today, we have Chris O'Shea of Living Offset. Chris, welcome.
Hello, ladies. How are you? Or divas, should I say?
Divas works.
Good.
So we're going to talk about your ICO and your business that you're bringing to the market. So tell us about your vision for Living Offset, how you came up with the idea, and what you hope to accomplish.
Okay, the vision for Living Offset is to make an impact on the world in terms of climate change. So we're really, what we like to say is we're the intersection of climate action and blockchain. What we've built using normal IT is an app where people can offset the carbon footprint of their everyday activities or choices. So be it a cup of coffee or a shower, you can offset that. At the moment, you can't do that kind of stuff. It's impossible to do. But it's a way of people making a small contribution to the fight against climate change, and that whole everyone doing it together and basically becoming a force of community. So we're using blockchain to build a community that can have an impact on greenhouse gas emissions, and thereby have a positive impact on climate change. How do we get here to this space? I suppose myself and one of my co-founders, David Bowles, we got together and we started talking about the first question we came up with was, how do you offset what if you could offset the cost of your cup of coffee? And that's where it all started from, the carbon cost, obviously, of a cup of coffee, which is 250 grams incidentally. So that's where the conversation started, and that's how we got into it. Why blockchain? If we get this right, we'll have to process about maybe as many as 10,000 microtransactions per second. You can't do that with personnel. You can't do it with people. It's just not cost effective. That's where the blockchain and building a private blockchain that tracks all those offsetting actions is why the business is possible. Really, is what makes it possible is the cost efficiency and the efficiency of building that ledger. So that's that's where we are. That's what we want to try and do. We hope that everyone will join with us all over the globe, and we become heroes for the planet.
That's cool. You were saying then about your app in the store. Explain a bit how it works. Most apps work out that people earn cryptocurrency. Yours is the other way around, isn't it?
You say that again, sorry, Joe?
With your app in the store, most apps work that people tend to earn cryptocurrency, but yours is a little bit different. So, and I like how you created this app and how people can use it.
Yeah, it's not about it's actually really altruism in a way. It's altruism, but it's about people wanting to make a difference. So, if you want to make a difference in terms of climate action, the problem you have is you have to retrofit your house or you have to buy an electric vehicle. It's a big capex. And what we're doing is we're providing a forum where people can make a small contribution, but that small contribution is aggregated. So how it actually works is you offset the cost of your cup of coffee, 250 grams. It costs 5 cents to it will cost you 5 cents to offset it. What you will do as an offsetter, as a living offsetter, what you will do is you'll upload a certain amount into your wallet, say €5, and you'll make that your monthly spend, let's say. And then you'll offset it against all the different actions. Your share might cost 2 cents. A commute might cost you 10 cents. A cup of coffee might cost you 5 cents. But all those little actions, the reason you load up into your wallet is that it's too expensive for everybody if it's all tiny micro banking transactions. So the €5 upload means then that you can use the money within your wallet. And what we will do is form partnerships with corporates. So every 5 cents that you offset is matched by corporate. So that 5 cents becomes 10 cents. What happens is 10 cents is 25% of it is used, or 25% of all that is used for running the system, and the other 75% goes into goes into climate action in some form or fashion. 25% for historical actions and 50% for future actions is the best way to describe it. So that's how we hope it'll be of use, and that's how we hope people will become engaged.
And
does that answer the question?
You did indeed. You did indeed. And Chris, your app is global. Your vision is global. Your goals are global. What are you hoping to accomplish? Number of users, countries? Tell us about your growth plan.
Yeah, our target market really target demographic for a start is middle class people who care about the planet. I mean, we think there's, essentially, I come across two answers when I explain the app to people, and what our goal is. I come across two answers: why would I bother taxing myself? Or, God, that's a great idea. I think I'll definitely get involved in that. So it's kind of 50-50 both ways. Our target market, so the demographic obviously is middle class people for the most part, or wealthier, and our target markets, we've targeted the UK and Ireland. So depending on our ICO raise, we target the UK and Ireland, Central Europe, which coming for us is Germany and France because they're very eco-friendly. Nordics, which is everywhere for us from Finland down to Belgium. The USA, obviously, because Donald Trump's a hero. And then Southeast Asia, so Japan, South Korea, and China as our target market. We want to capture. Our financials are based on 0.2% of that population rising to 1.6% over a 5-year period. So our figures are very good, but our market capture is very, very conservative. Considering like 75% of the world think we need to do something like, in fact, it's probably greater now. That was in 2016. When you consider everything that's happened in the 2 years since then, it's probably greater than 75% of surveyed people think we need to do something about climate change.
Yeah. Even today,
Pardon me?
sorry, even today, there was a report from the Ocean Cleanup Foundation. You probably heard it. There is a giant plastic island of trash in the Pacific Ocean that's the size of twice Texas, or 3 times the size of France. So, I mean, your work is very timely. And so given that interest and increased awareness of the problem, do you have any competitors in this space?
Yes and no. The competitors in the space that we have, I was over in Dubai last week at a conference, and there was a company called Poseidon there who have a similar idea to ours, similar idea of using blockchain, but what they're doing is they're planting forests. So their idea is to plant forests or to save the trees. And most of those projects are done in the developing world and that kind of stuff. What we're going to harness is domestic. A large part of the problem is in Western society is in China and places like that, where they're doing all the wrong things in terms of burning fossil fuels. So you want to get people offsetting against domestic greenhouse gas emission reduction actions. So basically, you want you and Kalani and Morgan, you will want to offset against a project that's happening in maybe in your local school. If your local school changed their light bulbs, they reduce their action, you're going to go, well, hey, they're trying to do something, I'm going to contribute to that. So we want to try and harness that kind of and build that kind of community feel. So the idea of the actual business is to build that community feel, and where we'll use the blockchain is, if I refer back to when I said people load up €5 into their wallet, the mechanics of what happens in the background is that €5 changed into a utility coin that works in the back of the system that builds the blockchain, and that blockchain becomes a table of activity. So then you'll be able to see in Kalani how well you're doing, and likewise, Jill, you down in the middle of nowhere will be able to see how well your community is doing, and and then you build a kind of a community around obviously your locale, and then to build a community around your county and then your region as a country. Or so, like if you take Germany for example, Germany could then you build a table around all the different regions in Germany. So Baden-Württemberg versus I don't know, Bayerische. Is it not Bayerische? Where's Munich? Where's Munich? Munich is in the Black Forest. I can't remember. Anyway, but that's the idea. You build a community competition so that people can see how well they're doing personally, how well their region is doing, how well their country is doing, etc. And that's where blockchain, the tabulation of the data in the blockchain is very important as well.
And
because we all need to know how well we're doing. Sorry. Sorry, Morgan.
And so the funds that you're collecting from the users who are offsetting then go to projects, and the projects can be local or they can be, you know, global. You can pick local projects, or you could pick a global project, or, you know, something in Africa or something like
yes.
that.
What you will do, what we will do is we'll get inventory in, so we will have projects that have completed or are ongoing. And you offset your cup of coffee against that project. So you choose to offset your cup of coffee. It costs you 5 cents. That 5 cents is matched by another 5 cents. So there's 10 cents there. 2.5 cents go to run the system. 2.5 cents roughly goes to a project that has happened or is current, and 50% goes to future projects. So it goes to a fund that will in turn fund other greenhouse gas reduction projects or other sustainability projects.
Great.
So the idea is to decouple carbon emissions from the economy ultimately.
Yeah. Really,
and also within the system, you'll be people will be made aware of the carbon cost of their choices. So you will, when you have the app on your phone, you'll know that your 20-minute shower costs X amount of money. Most people take a 5-minute shower. I take a 20-minute shower. I don't really. Just so everyone knows, I'm joking. In case people think I'm being honest.
Very good, very good. And Chris, you're heading towards an ICO. Tell us about your goals for the ICO. How much you're looking to raise.
Ideally, we want to raise. We have an ICO coming in April. We want to raise. We're currently in a private sale mode or a period. Our pre-sale will be at a 40% discount, and it will run for 2 weeks, starting in April. And then the main sale will start at the end of April and run for a month. And the first 25 million tokens in the main sale will be at a 20% discount. So there's a 40% discount pre-sale. The first up in the main sale will get a discount, and then those who are too slow won't.
Okay. So the bounty programs and referral programs, how do you envisage them?
No bounty referral program, so referrals will get a bonus of 5%.
Yeah, you've done a very successful airdrop already.
Yeah,
so so that's been very well received.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and the airdrop. What we do with the airdrop was we will do the KYC post the ICO on the airdrop. So anyone involved, obviously, in the ICO proper will be KYC'd prior to buying their tokens, and then anyone involved in the airdrop will be KYC'd post the ICO, post a successful ICO. Sorry, the raise amounts you asked. 1 million is our soft cap. Our hard cap is 20 euros. We base it in euros.
Excellent. And just to be clear, the airdrop has already happened, so there isn't really another opportunity for consumers to get involved at this point. Only in the ICO. Yeah,
just now it's you've got to pay some money. You're not getting any. No one else is getting free tokens from us, unless, of course, there's referrals.
Right.
So get all your friends to buy.
You can refer people and earn tokens.
Yes, you can earn tokens by referring people. Yeah, there'll be a referral link. Actually, I'm not 100% sure how it'll work, but there will be referrals. Yes, whether it's a link or whether you post in a Telegram name or something.
Great.
But yes.
So users can check all this out on your website, and so your ICO is.
Join our Telegram channel as well. Join our Telegram channel and ask us questions. We love questions.
Great. So your ICO is scheduled for the April timeframe. You're looking to raise up to 20 million euro. And Irish-based company, we're really excited to be supporting you here out of Ireland, myself and Jill. And we want to thank you for your time today. It was really great to chat with you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Morgan. Thanks, Jill.
Thanks.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
See you guys. Cheers.